Okay, so a really quick recap here today. Looking at this right now. Last trade, I put the stop loss too small because I didn't want to lose anything on it. I was betting on it coming up to here, right here, I believe. But I got in right here and it dropped it out. But anyway, max loss day, $50. Took lots of trades, woke up late. No strategy, just dumb play. The biggest mistake of the day was right here. I put short. What am I doing? Why did I put a short right there? It's why? It just been tested. Well, I found out I can go short today, so that's cool. At least I know it's easy to do that. I'm gonna set a support line right here. I think this is the rejection line, and now it's gonna come back down. But I'm just kind of done playing with money today. I'm at max loss. Right now, I'm just chasing things, and that's not good. But why did I go short right here? I just can't figure myself out right there. I had my support line. It showed twice today. Yes, it's been rejected a couple times. Okay. And overall, we're bearish. But really, are we bearish or are we just kind of settling in to this line don't matter no more? Are we really bearish or are we just kind of like settling in? Like we're kind of flat, right? Like we fell this day, but if we go to a day, I don't know. I think we're bullish this week right now. And so okay, let's go look at what I did. I didn't do normal trades. Everything was on futures today. 29 and 29. I can't remember what my numbers were yesterday, but obviously that's quite a change and down $50. So I'm doing everything wrong. I'm not following a good strategy. I didn't really come in with a strategy too much today. I'm listening to some things live. Maybe that's what I'm going to do is I'll make some like videos and see how people are live. At least I knew this one was honest. It was called Ninja Trader Live. They had 3 individuals on it. They had different ways they were measuring. 2 people went short on something and they both got stopped out. So cool. At least I'm not the only one. And yeah, I was super excited to find out I could go short. So down $46 today, max loss day. Can't take any more than that. In fact, if I have 5 more of those days, I'm done. Okay, I can't. I really just need to figure out how to get this 2-to-1 ratio and get a good strategy. I'm just struggling to figure that out, really. But I'm traded a few different things today. I went negative on oil again. Oil moved, just the littlest movement just is money. And I don't know. I'm really worried about volatility. So like I set stop loss in a range and stuff, and where I'm getting in, it's not working. So I don't know. I'm getting it at this point where it's like profitable, and then I go to take the stop loss and stuff off to sell instead of moving my profit margin down, which is the way I should do it. Yeah. But you can see just everything's negative. I did one nice sell on, I got $18 off of that short, and 5 off of this one today. And you can see I took a lot of trades in the last hour today, watching that show, with that show today. So that's cool. Last one yesterday, futures realized, whatever that means. Negatives, 2 positives on the day. So kind of just not a good day. I wasn't even feeling it this morning and today. I shouldn't have even really started trading. I just had this like and I think that's now at least I figured out why when it glitched. The other day I was talking about this negative right here, right? No, that wasn't it. That was a while ago. No, that was today. There was a negative 12, 1150 from yesterday, right? This one right here. No, it was the one 1150 where it lagged and I hit buttons. I think what I did is I sold out my position and then I bought in at a short, and then it put me. That's how I got the negative, because I've been trying to figure out how I went negative when it went up. So overall, max loss day, no real trend, no real strategy used. Was just kind of toying around with buttons, not probably the smartest thing to do with live money. Going off of what other people were saying, not really seeing it myself. So definitely a learning lesson today. I'm just that one trade on the Russell. I had it marked out properly, and see, I knew I should have gone short right up here. Scalp that for a couple bucks. Anyway, I'm at my max 10% loss. So now I can only lose 42 on a day, but we're shooting for 80 tomorrow. I'm going to go live. I'll have one of these shows in the background. I'll put an advertisement for them. Lots of good live trading actually going on right now with some good analysis for futures and stuff. It's kind of enjoyable to have that going. I'm still thinking about that prop firm idea. I don't have a good enough strategy to work a prop firm. Like, what do I do? I just give $100 away to lose money. So I don't think that's going to work for now. I just need to really develop a good strategy to, have a set of rules for 3 or 4 different setups of trades and just work it that way instead of just kind of going against. Because the only strategy I've been working with is supports and resistances on day highs and lows, and this one was what I set that at for today. It was a definite line of support that, yes, it had been broken a couple times, and when it broke hard, and so that's why I went short, because it piddled through a little bit, right? Like, it's like, ooh, yeah, I'm too smart. But really, I should have got in the way that I've been getting, and that would have been a winning trade for me. And those are the missed opportunities I've had multiple times where it really takes off on my support. So I am seeing something very, very, very obvious, and a very good place to make money. And so that's a good sign. I just need to utilize it and follow that strategy. I was pretty excited that I could go short because I felt like if I can go short of most days, I've been thinking if I can go short on this, I'd make good money, blah, blah, blah. But, obviously we just showed that we lost more money because we went short, which without a good strategy. Like one thing that these people who are saying, because they've gotten sued so many times, I'm sure, because they're not really professional traders, they're not degreed. One thing they always say is to have a good strategy and stick to your rules. Like Ross Cameron, that's one thing he says. So stick to your rules. And so that was my rule so far is this line right here. That's a support. I should have bought in and followed my rule, and I should have went short right there. And I don't care where I would have got out, but those were my rules. I don't care if it breaks through 20% of the time, 80% of the time, or like 60% of the time. It looks like it's a winning idea. So we got to just stick to that. Like and this line is obviously, this top one is a little bit bouncy, like look how much times it goes over, but look how many times it hits it throughout the day for a minute and then comes back down, and it's got some pretty big movement off of that line down into that support line. And like this is kind of I bet where this is where I feel like we're averaging. It's right here at 25.57.6. Let's look at some other things I traded. I didn't trade Bitcoin. The thing is with futures, you can't just go short because it's going to be a day-long thing unless you have a lot of money, because that's so volatile. Look at that. All the way down, all the way back up. Oh, and now it's on its way back down. Yeah. Sell point. I haven't really gotten into the RSI yet. We'll watch that video again and get a reactive. Like right there, it obviously was a fail. Because look at that, go bearish, I mean. And then it almost got oversold right there. It would have been good to go short right there. That's for sure. That's a good trade. Right here, we got a good trade on a bear trade. Well, the second test of it, we would have got in right there. That would have been good. Right there, that's a good long position. Right here was a good long position. Right there was not a good long position. Right there was not a good. That was a good short position, but it's only a little bit up. I've been doing. They say 6 to 18 months to be good at this. We got to pull my rent out. And they'll leave me about $1,000 in here. I am sitting long term. I'll tell you what my plan is here. We'll go to my main layout. Man, I should have been watching you today. Holy cow. So I had school at 11:30. So I put this on about 11 a.m. right around here. where it's in consulate whatever. I should have came over and checked it, man. Wow, that jumped up quite a bit. 50 cents, 100, that would have been a $50 trade. But I'm not going to get in on something. It hit one of my screeners for movement, for movement, and I checked it out, and it would have been, I just don't feel comfortable sitting in a trade like that for that long when I'm not going to be there to watch it. The only one I am, which I'm ironically down, is this guy. This is my boy right here. As you can see, I got all sorts of stuff going on over here. Been playing with it this is my main stock I like. It's my local stock. I've made way more money than I've lost off this, even though in that video we talked about it where it hit right here and then it crashed out. Ever since the earnings call, which is still just blows my mind. I thought it would hit 500. So I thought I was making 50, 100, $200 off that, and then it crashed out. So I guess they said that they're going to expand. They're making a lot of money, but they're going to keep growing, which is like, okay. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not I haven't been trained in that, but I do have common sense. And common sense says that if you're in a market, if you're in an industry that is in dire need of growth and expansion, and a company who is making killings on their money is wanting to keep expanding because it's needed, why does that crash that out? That should excite investors. That excites me. Okay, for the long term, they want to stay at the top and they want to be at the top and that's what they're playing. But that's not the mindset of big time investors, I guess. We are hitting this bearish support line right here. I should put in another one. So I think we're going to climb back up off that guy. So we've gotten all the way down to 346 and then we climb back up. We do have these things, and I've been watching this for months, right? So ever since this climb up from 300, 200 right here, and we're just climbed, and then we kind of hit this level in the 400s, but 420 is a very stable area for this stock. It's kind of like a turning point, and it likes to hang on to that. So anytime I get below 400, I should kind of wait for it to bottom out a little bit. So I instead of getting down 14, I'm making 14 on the way back up. But anytime it gets below 400, I want to get myself into it. In fact, let's put myself into it. Let's just buy one right here. And it's an expensive stock. Come on, pick me up. Three 38154. Yeah, we're going to cut this down. It's not letting me get a place where people are wanting to get in. It's wild. Anyway, well, tomorrow we'll go live. We'll probably have somebody playing in the background. I'll give them some credit for the advice that they're given, and we'll kind of have a live video. Maybe it'll get fed to the algorithm, which would be kind of cool. Watch me ruin my life. Just kidding. Go bankrupt. Just kidding. Wrong mindset. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Share, like, all that fun stuff. Peace.